Hi guys, John Piccarello here. Good to spend a few moments with you. Today I'd like to talk to you about being purposeful and win. And being purposeful is everything, not only when it comes to leadership, just when it comes to life in itself. In fact, being purposeful keeps you in the forefront. Being purposeful keeps you front and center in your career and anything you do. Being purposeful gives you direction and insight, so you're never at a loss as to where you're going, where you're headed. You're always in the know. And there are 7 things that being purposeful does for you. And I'd like to give you those 7 because it's an important 7. You should carry with them 7 days a week. In fact, you focus on one every day for the next 6 months until it becomes part of your DNA. Because being purposeful puts you out in front of the pack, because not everyone lives by purpose. Some people live by default. But being purposeful makes you a winner. The first thing is that being purposeful clarifies your values, because your values have to be aligned with your purpose, or else there is a disconnect within yourself. And you can't be wholehearted. You'll be half-hearted because you always feel something's off. So being purposeful will clarify your values. Being purposeful also directs your choices. When you wake up in the morning, you should already know what you're going to do throughout the day. Waking up in the morning is not the time to figure out what you want to do. That should be planned out the night before. This way, you're up in the morning motivated and ready to go. So when you're full of purpose, which that's what purposeful means, it means to be filled with purpose, then it's in your DNA, it's in your heart, it's in your thoughts, and it shows in your actions, and believe me, it shows in the results of your work. You could tell by looking at the quality of someone's work who's purposeful and who's not, because your whole heart, mind, and soul is in what you do. So being purposeful will direct your choices. You won't make so many bad decisions. Now, there is no one on earth who doesn't make a bad decision now and then, but it certainly minimizes the bad decisions we make when we're filled with purpose. The third thing is, being purposeful will control your time, because you know what you're going to do throughout the day. There's a time that should be allotted. That's being purposeful. All of us have the same 24 hours a day. All of us have the same 7 days a week, the same 365 and 1/4 days in leap year, and we have that to work with. So how do some people get so much more done in a day than other people do in a week? It's being purposeful, because they control their time. And remember, there is no such thing as time management. It's managing our use of the time. Because time doesn't wait for anyone. You can't store it. You can't hold on to it. You can't put it away for later. You can waste a whole lot of it, but you can never gain it back. So being purposeful will control your time. Also, being purposeful will determine your calendar. So everything in your calendar should be on purpose. Did you ever have an accidental appointment? No. You make an appointment. You can have a chance meeting, an accidental meeting, bump into a friend you haven't seen in a long time, but when you are on schedule, that's not accidental, that's deliberate, it's intentional, and the only way you can be intentional is by being purposeful. So being purposeful will fill your calendar what you need to do aligned with your purpose, so you can fulfill your vision not only on schedule, but probably under budget as well. Also, being purposeful teaches you to choose your friends. All of my friends are chosen purposefully. I know why they're my friend. I know why I have them in my life. I know what they add to my life, and I know what I can add to their life. So being purposeful, surround yourself with people who will encourage you, who will add value to you, and as well as you adding value to them. So being purposeful, choose your friends. And also being purposeful chooses the books you read. And I'm an avid reader, but I'll tell you one thing, every book I read, there's a reason that I am choosing that book. There's a reason that I would read more from one author than another author. That's a purposeful choice of why I'm reading what I'm reading, because I already have an idea what I'm going to be getting from it. So get to know the authors. And I'm sure that if you like novels, you have a favorite author. Well, whether you thought about it or not, that's a purposeful choice of the books you read. So if you're into personal development, choose the books that will add the most value to you. And that will be a purposeful choice that will pay dividends down the road. And finally, I'd like to look at being purposeful guides your thoughts. And Guiding your thoughts is very important because everything we do and say comes from our thoughts. So being purposeful in our thoughts, purposeful in our actions, all comes from who we are. Your values, your vision, everything is aligned. So I want to encourage you to be purposeful in all you do. There are a lot of surprises in life, but being purposeful will teach you how to handle them on the fly. So just remember, be purposeful and win. Talk to you next time.